Hey, welcome back, everyone. So, today we're diving into a topic many of you have been asking about: why your KDP sales might be lower than expected, and most importantly, how you can turn this around. So, I'm going to talk about the problem and how to fix them, hopefully. So, first of all, let's dive into the first problem: poor niche choice. This is a common issue where your book might struggle to get noticed if it's in an oversaturated or highly competitive niche. It's like trying to shout into a crowd where everyone else is shouting the same thing and you know it doesn't work. So let's talk about the fix for this. So, what you need to be doing is researching. That is the key here. So, by using tools like Publish Rocket or Book Bolt, you can uncover profitable niches with low competition. These tools are great at providing valuable insights that can help identify where your book can shine and attract those lovely readers. So, give them a look. Remember, the right niche can be a difference between your book gathering dust or flying off the virtual shelves. So give them a go. I had a look at Book Bolt today, and it is great. It's low cost. There's a 3-day trial, but when I looked at it, it was just it was really useful, and it's all about knowing the right tools to help you. So give these a go. If, for example, either of them don't work for you, look at alternatives. But these types of tools are really helpful. Number two, this is a very, very important one: weak keywords and SEO. The amount of authors that overlook this um, is astounding. But keywords are not just random words, they're a gateway basically to your visibility. That's how people find you. If your keywords aren't strong, your book will struggle to reach the right audience, and that's what you want. So, now here's how to fix it. So, utilize the Amazon search bar suggestions and keyword tools to optimize your metadata. This simple tweak can make a significant difference. Remember, the goal is to align your book with what potential readers are actively searching for. So I've got an example here of coloring book, but you can see the terms that are popping up. And if you expand them, say coloring book adult, you'll see some more suggestions. This is what people are searching for. There's a key one there about 2-year-olds and toddlers, and for girls and for boys. And those are the types of keywords you should be looking at adding in to your own books that are relevant to these topics, that can help you stand out. That's what people are looking for currently right now. We all know that saying, don't judge a good book by its cover, but the reality is covers and titles are incredibly important in capturing your reader's attention. So, first, think of your book cover as the face of your brand. It needs to be striking and professional. So, a good idea is to hire a professional designer to, create those covers, or, find templates or something that can help, things stand out enough. You can even hire students and things, or go onto Fiverr, and if you're doing a series of books, you can get the first one done by them, and then you can always go back to them and go, same style as this, but for this topic. Do you know what I mean? There are so many different options out there to help you create a very inspiring cover. I've actually got some brilliant examples. So the top two ones, as you can see, they're very simple, but they do not stand out compared to the ones at the bottom. And these are all kids' coloring books. So when I search, these are the top 4 basically appearing. But the difference in reviews and sales differs massively between these 4. So the top 2 have very low sales, and the bottom 2 have got a lot of reviews on them, and they're all really positive. But look at the covers. They're really interesting, and you look at them and go, oh, that's quite cool or quite cute. Do you know what I mean? That is a thought. You want someone to have a thought when they look at something and think, oh, I like that, or oh, I don't like that. You just need to get that response out of people. So think about it, creating inspiring covers. It will make a huge difference, really will. Problem number 4, no marketing strategy. So, publishing your book is just the beginning, but you need to be marketing it. So, you need to have a strategy in mind. It gets lost so often. People put things out there and don't think to promote it anywhere else. Don't push it on Facebook or Insta or Pinterest or TikTok, and they just don't do anything else about it. They think that they're going to get sales immediately. You're not, unless it's really fantastic book, by the way. Here's the fix. So utilize platforms like Pinterest, like TikTok, like Amazon ads. I've got a picture of Amazon ads just there. Utilize it. These tools are a powerful way of driving traffic and boosting your book's visibility. So each one has its own strengths. So Pinterest is very visual. So you could do loads of images around the cover or videos of, opening it. TikTok has the potential for viral content, which is fantastic. But you could do a lot around videos with TikTok versus Pinterest. You could do a few videos on Pinterest, but TikTok is basically videos, and it has started developing into carousels. I've noticed a lot lately as well. And then you've got Amazon ads as well. They can reach readers a lot easier, to be honest. And you don't need to put too much money behind it as well, just for that little bit extra visibility with your books. But it's really important to encourage people to basically go look at them, and the good thing with this is if you have a particular theme, say it's coloring books for kids, you can create an account like on TikTok around kids, kids focus, coloring, the benefits of coloring. There are so many different angles that you could utilize to get people to just go and look at your books from this. And it is a great platform as well, just to share insights and stories. And do you know what I mean? There's just so much you can do with it, but you need to be thinking about marketing your content and, what you have to offer. It's really, really important. Number 5 is the lack of reviews and social proof. So it's crucial to understand that no reviews can lead to no trust, which ultimately results in no sales. So how do you fix this? First, consider offering review copies of your book. This can be an excellent way to generate initial feedback. Secondly, don't hesitate to ask early buyers for their thoughts. Most people are happy to share their opinions, as they're using something. And don't forget to encourage reviews in the back of the book. It's just a really powerful call to action, basically, boosting that credibility as well. But it's really important to kind of build up that trust, create that relationship, and try and get a few reviews, because the more reviews, the more likely people are going to buy from it. We're all the same. When we go on Trustpilot or if we go on Amazon, we look at those stars, don't we? Like this example, 4.2 out of 5. You'd say that's pretty reasonable, but you'd look at the reviews. If it was something really significant you were going to buy, or you just weren't sure about something, you'd look at the reviews. So it's really important to do that. You can even get people, your friends and family, buy a copy of it, share it with them, and be like, can you give me a review? What do you think to this? What's your opinion? Can you, go on Amazon and leave me a review? That would be amazing. But it's really important. It just builds up that credibility overall, to be honest. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus tip. So we've talked about everything, but we haven't actually talked about the interior design. So if a book's interior isn't the best looking, people aren't gonna, like it, to be honest. Then it leads to poor reviews and things like that. So you need to be thinking when you're creating anything for KDP that it needs to be high quality. Time and effort has been put into it. I've done an example of this one in particular. It is very basic, I have to admit, but it is what it's supposed to be. It is for a, coloring book. It's meant to be like scribbly. It's supposed to be like kind of like someone's drawn it, and that's kind of the theme for it. But there are some out there when you start looking through them, you're like, wow, the quality of this isn't great. You know, maybe you've done a workbook and you haven't spell checked it properly, and there's spelling errors everywhere. That is off-putting massively. Or if you're doing coloring books, making sure that things look right when they're together. For example, if you've got the alien, but you're putting random things in just to fill that white space that doesn't really go. It kind of be a bit like, oh, what is this? Do you know what I mean? It looks like it's been slapped together. There's no thought into it. So have a think about the interior, because that could be letting you down rather than anything else that we've been sharing, to be honest. But there are tools like Canva. There's tons of templates and things like out there to help you fix this issue. If it's about spacing or format or anything like that, there are tools out there to help you. And my last but not least one to share is focus on quality, consistency, and marketing. So if you're going to think about anything out of all of this, those are the three things that you need to think about. You need to be focusing on the quality, so making sure that it's well written, well designed, offers value. The quality makes your book stand out of the crowd. You want it to stand out. You need to show that it's high quality. Consistency. So successful creators don't just publish one and hope for the best. They produce content all of the time. They're building up their socials, so there's consistency in that, in their marketing efforts, in everything that they're doing. They're consistently putting stuff out there to share with people. And lastly, the most important thing I have to admit is the marketing. Invest time, energy, money into advertising. This is how you're going to get some of those sales. This is how you're going to get your book out there. People know about it and go, oh, I want it. Why haven't I thought about this sooner? Or I didn't know that was on Amazon. Do you know what I mean? So these three things will help you massively. But I hope the rest of them have really got you thinking about what could not be working, how to fix things. And I hope you've got a nice little action list to run off and do, because that's the whole point of this, is basically helping you to realize, well, if this isn't happening, well, here's a solution. So hopefully you have found this to be exciting and you've learned a lot. Subscribe to my channel today and look forward to seeing you at the next one.